It's a Friday. What can I say? Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Not the pretend kind. The real kind. The real thank God. We're going to thank the real God, not kind of lip service to the nonsense, right? And let's go live right over here on Rumble. Let's see what we got. We are refreshing. And let's see what we got here. Good. We are live. I'm going to go ahead and roll that intro. You know what time it is. It is 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Hello, friends. It's time to hop on in here and enjoy a Friday with your boy, MWD. We are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Church Prep with MWD Friday Drumroll. I am Mark W. Douglas. Let's start things off with a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Happy Friday, Drumroll. A 5-song concert is scheduled tonight. But first, it's now time to introduce the Song of the Week's biblical connections. Do you remember the title of the Song of the Week? It is called Except for You. The SOTW is titled Except for You, number 29. Take a look at those lyrics again. We talked about them on Monday. We talked about them on Wednesday. And today we will talk about the Bible connections to this song. I've actually got a lot planned today for the Bible connections to this song, and we will kind of go back and forth here on the TV to try to cover some of it. I did want to make sure that everyone knows that I had talked about covering a few things. One was fruit inspection. In the song here, just popping right back, in the song here we talk about fruit inspection. I think, what do we talk about? The idea being that, hang on a second. Hey, what's that noise? Hello? What is that noise? We're live right now. Say hello. Please stop whatever that is. I'm live. And now everybody gets to know that we are having audio problems upstairs. Okay. Fruit inspection. So they will know my name is Jesus. They will speak my name, Jesus. And through all that, it's all bundled together, being in love with Jesus and doing his will. So we are going to talk about fruit inspection because I promised to. So here we go with the fruit inspection verses, and it's so easy to find. I know it's not so hard. I don't know where to find it in the Bible. No, you just go to Google, you put in Bible and fruit inspection. And this is so good because I'm going to set this up. I've actually went over this before, but I love doing it. I think it's probably good to talk about it. Kind of like communion. You do it every now and then. Bring it up every once a month or once every 2 months. But this is actually really, it's one of the main mechanisms that has derailed Christianity. This is the mechanism that has derailed Christianity to an unbelievable understanding. You can't even understand how your world would change if everyone just understood this. Matthew 7 is the Sermon on the Mount, judging others. Do not judge, verse 1, or you too will be judged. Sounds interesting, but we're going to put a pin right there. Because just in a few more verses, he's going to be telling us to pay attention to things about what other people are doing. So we use the word judge and we conflate it with noticing anything. If I notice something, like a man standing on the corner, and I notice a wreck, and I say about the wreck, I tell the story about the wreck. My story, because I told the story of what it is that I saw. Now all of a sudden I'm judging. That's not the same word. You understand? We literally have to take back our vocabulary from foolishness. I'm telling a story about what I just saw, a wreck here at the highway. This car did this, and this truck did that, and this motorcycle did that, and this person got out of the car and said this, said that. Just repeating what I saw to the best of my memory, right? That's telling a story about what I saw. That's not judging, right? For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And in the same measure you use it, it will be measured to you. Now, here's what I completely understand about this, right? Okay? And it goes to discipleship. And this is what I was saying, that mechanism that has destroyed the Christian church. Discipleship has come to a screeching halt in the church. This is undeniable. Why? I'm reading it right now. Because we think that helping another person in their sin, pointing it out, is judging. But wait, we're going to read some more verses here and we're going to figure out that how can that possibly be? He's now allowing us to do it. The fruit inspection that I was talking about. It's just diabolical how people get people get mixed up. So what this is I believe the word judge here in the way that we understand it is actually maybe not the right exact word in our time. In our time, what's the word for when you ridicule or criticize? That's the word. So what if I said, do not criticize others? See, that would make sense. Or you too will be criticized. See, criticizing is saying things, heaving words of ridicule without the help. Discipleship is heaving words of ridicule, but that's not even the right word. It's not even heaving. So this over here is heaving, right? You could heave a criticism, but you would gently place a help, right? When you help someone in their sin, it's not ridicule, it's help. And then and by the way, you're doing that in private, one-on-one. It's called discipleship. I mean, it is absolutely, that is the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. And we've got to figure it out because we're only here to do two things on this earth: salvation and discipleship. And we can't even get past one. It's unbelievable because you think your pastor's supposed to do all the discipling. Their pastor's supposed to do all the one-on-ones. No. It's absolutely absurd and so easily fixed. Verse 3, why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? So that's good. That's good. Very good point. We shouldn't do that. And that's why before we can disciple, what do? We get the plank out of our eye. We get the dust out of our eye. We get pure and holy as you could possibly be. And that means a lot of work prior to discipleship. That means going and making amends with your brothers and sisters, going and telling them you're sorry and making amends. By the way, you're telling you're sorry, you ask for forgiveness, and you make amends. Telling you're sorry, ask forgiveness, make amends. I don't know if it's maybe the first two are the same. You have to make amends. Saying I'm sorry and thinking that you're completely clean is not the process. You have to make amends. So then, verse 4, how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite. So this is where we get it mixed up. This is where we get it twisted here in the church. What does he say? First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck of your brother's eye. See, we take that verse because it started with you hypocrite, and we don't understand what he's saying here. He is saying, this is what I want you to do. Become completely pure and clean without sin. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Become completely pure without sin. And then let's go. And it's not judging, it's discipleship. It's only judging when you do it as a thing in front of people to make fun of this person. And again, that is criticism. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. But their fruit, you will recognize them. By their fruit, you will recognize them. There it is. Hey. Here we go. Wait. I thought we weren't supposed to judge. We're already there. We're already at the verse. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit, you will recognize them. How would we recognize them if we didn't judge them? So the word isn't judge. The word is observing. We are observing people in their homes, face to face, out in public. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit. How would you know that it was a good fruit or a good tree? You would observe their fruit meticulously. Don't you look at your fruit, wash it before you put it in your mouth? Don't you do that? Yes, you do. You're judging the fruit. It's just so absurd. I'm telling you, this mechanism of this idea of judging has destroyed the Christian brains. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit. A bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit, you will recognize them. It's not judging. It's all in context because I just went from verse to verse to verse. I didn't skip a verse. And I think I had one more here. I'm going to skip this one. This is just the next idea. Okay. I will. That's good. So I did have a few more things on the docket. I also made a note to talk about the depraved mind, right? So we talked about this in our shows on Monday and Wednesday. Let's talk about the depraved mind. Oh yeah, it's like this is like the biggest divot out there in the beautiful green. What is that? Is that a divot? Nobody cleaned that divot off? What if my golf ball gets stuck in that divot and I get a lower score, right? Clean up the divots after a day, right? What is it? What is it about the depraved mind? Tell us about the depraved mind. Well, we have here, what we have here are Christians that are never, they're saying they're Christian. People saying they're Christian in droves. You guys know what I'm talking about. From the left of you to the right of you, to the front of you, to the back of you. Everybody saying they're Christian? This can't possibly be. It just can't, like, you don't act like you're a Christian. You don't live like you're a Christian. You don't talk like you're a Christian. The only thing you do is say, I'm a Christian. Like everything, like what? We could just do all of the secular stuff. We could just do all of the, sin. We could just do all the things that Christians are not supposed to be doing. If I follow, so you could say this to a person that's clearly not a Christian. So by your standard, I can do whatever I want to do. Anything goes. Anything goes. Because tomorrow morning you can say you're sorry, Mark. So anyway, I think everybody gets the point that, I don't think everybody that's saying there's a Christian, I don't think that they're a Christian. And we get to that point, right? So what does it mean to be living in this idea that you're a Christian and literally thinking that you are? What is that called? It's called a depraved mind. And the Bible is very specific about that depraved mind. It's hot button, but it's very specific. In context, we will read the whole chapter, or most of the chapter. I think it's the whole chapter of Romans 1. It was so important. It was Romans 1, the very first chapter of Romans. I believe it's Paul. God's wrath against sinful humanity. We'll start with verse 18. The wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against the godlessness and wickedness of people who suppress the truth by their wickedness. Since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. You ever seen the beauty of this world? Have you ever seen the beauty of this world that is not man-made? You ever seen it? For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God, nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile, and their foolish hearts were darkened. This reminds me of the Oprah quip this week. Oprah, some interview with Oprah, talking about how she wants to have lunch with Jesus and how Jesus wouldn't believe what's going on. This is what I'm talking about. Oprah, perfect example. Talking nonsense about being a Christian. Living diabolically opposite. And anyone who's buying into that, which is a lot of people, because that's just how it goes. You're not thinking clearly. You're not using one of the cortexes in your brain. You're not really processing information in a way to gain truth. Reading again, Romans 1:21. For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God, nor gave thanks to him. But their thinking became futile, and their foolish hearts were darkened. How many of the people that you know exactly do all this? They don't give him thanks, but they say that they're a Christian. They say, I'm the one who did all this. I'm the one who got myself here. Verse 22, although they claimed to be wise, they became fools. They claimed to be wise. Although they claimed to be wise, they became fools. I didn't say it. And exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like a mortal human being, and birds and animals and reptiles. I'll read it again. They exchanged the immortal God for images made to look like a mortal human being, and birds and animals and reptiles. Don't necessarily understand that one. Maybe, I'll leave it. Therefore, God gave them over to the sinful desires of their hearts, to sexual impurity, for the degrading of their bodies with one another. They exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshiped and served created things rather than the Creator, who is forever praised. Amen. Because of this, God gave them over to shameful lusts. Even their women exchanged natural sexual relations for unnatural ones. In the same way, the men also abandoned natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another. Men committed shameful acts with other men and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. Furthermore, just as they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, so God gave them over to a depraved mind, so that they do what ought not to be done. Meaning, he stopped chasing them. They have become filled with every kind of wickedness, evil, greed, and depravity. They are full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, and malice. They are gossips, slanderers, God-haters, insolent, arrogant, and boastful. They invent ways of doing evil. They disobey their parents. They have no understanding, no fidelity, no love, no mercy. Although they know God's righteous decree that those who do such things deserve death, they not only continue to do the very things, but also approve of those who practice them. End of chapter. I just sense right now somebody who needed to hear that just heard it. I just sense it. It literally pushes every button into the truth that you don't want to hear, that you're running from. And this was written hundreds of years ago. Thousands, right? And in a connection, and I'll come back to the song in just a minute, I do want to talk about the parable of the talents. And I just had a thought as I was, trust me when I say I could make bullet points and go on and on and on with the bullet points just after reading the bullet point for an entire show. Without even talking about the song, which is kind of what I'm doing today, which is rare. I always talk about the song more, but I want to get back because there are rabbit trails on this song that go into what I just said. Because like I said, we went over it on Monday and Wednesday. But let's look at this. This is absolutely, raise your hand out there. This is absolutely 1,000, if there's a such thing, 1,000% true. How many of you know somebody who is watering the thing that needs to be let go? I'm not saying let go. I'm trying to say that isn't the prize. You ever heard of the Pareto principle? It's where maybe 10 to 15% of all your workers are actually doing 100% of the work. I think they say that in church too. Maybe like 10% of the people that are coming are paying the tithe for the whole church to work. But basically, and you could use it in so many ways too. Like if I have a business, which me and Sharon do, have to couple it, right? And my main job is to identify the things that 10 to 15 to maybe 20% of things that I'm doing that are actually getting me gigs, actually getting me clients. If I could identify those things and just focus on those. But what's hard to realize is even though the other 80% may just be busy work, you still have to do it. So, but it's not close to as important as that 20%. So what are the parable of the talents, right? So let me read this. We give the person, this is what we do in regards to our children, in regards to whatever, a person, dog, whatever. We give that person with the lowest ability all of our resources because we feel sorry for them. Not all, but is anybody noticing this? The person who can't make it on their own, the person that, maybe shacks up with the parents, stays with the parents, freeloads off the parents. And the other kid in the same family has gone on, has their own house, has their own apartment, is paying their own bills. But who's getting all the resources from the mom and dad who are now ready in, let's say, retirement to help the children now that they're out of the house? Who's the succubus getting all the resources that could have gone to the child who really needs it, who's got that mortgage, who's got a growing family and has responsibility? Those are the ones that are supposed to be getting watered. It's unbelievable. This is the opposite of the parable of the talents. We are doing the opposite of the parable of the talents. You have to define how much resources am I giving to this loser son, let's say, and how much am I giving to the winner son? Is it 50-50? Because the Bible, again, we don't understand the mind of God. It's really sad and it's sick and it's pathetic, but we do not understand the mind of God. The mind of God is saying, no, you will give your resources to the one who is showing their worth. Always. That's what the Bible says. Not the opposite, where the person who's doing all the good and working their butt off and busting their butt, you give them 10% of your resources, and this kid who can't make it and can't make it and can't make it and can't make it and continues to not make it and continues to not make it, you give them the 90% of your resources? Think about your friends and family and neighbors who are doing this right now. It's happening everywhere. It is ubiquitous in America. What is wrong with us? And so the reason I even came up with, obviously this is a very common idea, but how can I juxtapose that? Oh, let's do that. You ready to juxtapose that? We let the non-volunteers and those are the pay-to-play individuals, right? Again, going to the parable of the talents. We, as a church, have decided long ago, before I even was born, we had this great, grand, crazy, awesome idea. Let's hire a non-volunteer, a person that will only show up if they're getting paid. Let's let them be in charge of the church, of the volunteers. It's diabolically incorrect. But no preacher is going to get up. This is what I'm saying. For these two things, all these things I talk about on this show, your preacher's not going to preach about it. No, who would want to talk themselves out of a job? Who would want to talk themselves into working for free? Because if you went with your convictions like I am, like I'm doing right now on the show, 100% free, no ads, no nothing. Who would talk themselves out of a job? You'd have to be insane, right? The whole reason people go to seminary is to make money on Christ. Not all. But you're doing it, and you're not saying anything about it. You're making money off of salvation and discipleship, but you sure ain't gonna preach about that, are you? You're gonna get up next Sunday and preach about how it's wrong to make money off of salvation and discipleship. It's wrong to sell things on the fringes of salvation and discipleship. The whole thing is a rat's nest. And now we have people like Jason Whitlocks of the world who are dabbling into the Christianity thing and trying to do big, huge shows. Let's do a big, huge men's show and we'll talk about God, and we'll try to get God back into these homes. But oh my gosh, yeah, we got to hire all these pastors to come and speak at my big shindig. We gotta hire all kinds of. We got audio video thing, don't you know? And we got an arena, and people are going to want to sell their books. They got to probably have out in the foyer. We'll sell little 10 by 10 spots, just like the Bible, the Baptist Convention, the Southern SBC, the Southern Baptist Convention. I got to see video of it this week from Religion Biz. I want to know how much those booths costs. 10 by 10s or 10 by 10s. Just like I did at this bridal show that we did. I would rent out a 10 by 10, but it costs, obviously this is not Christian, it's just a bridal show, but it costs $1,000, maybe a little bit more after you get electricity. $1,000 for a 10 by 10 square. At the Southern Baptist Convention? Yeah, they've been doing it for years, Mark. I didn't know that. And I don't know how much they're charging, but everything is about money. Don't you know, Mark? We got to pay bills. And I planned on reading the verses, but I'm going to summarize the parable of the gold bags. Basically, that the master, this is Jesus speaking on Matthew chapter 25. The master went away and he left some gold pieces with different servants. To one he gave maybe 2 gold bags, and to one he gave 5, and to one he gave 10. When he came back, much time had passed. When he came back, the one who he gave 10 bags to had 20 bags. He made money off of it. The one who had given 5 bags of gold had made 10 bags. And the one who had given 1 bag of gold went and buried the bag of gold where no one could find it, and then went and dug it up and brought the 1 bag of gold back. And instead of rejoicing that he brought the gold back, he rebuked him. But a clearer picture couldn't be made of the foolishness that you have to be in if you want to water that foolish servant's whatever. I'm not saying to kill him, but to water his soil. But he did say at the very end that you will be the weeping and the gnashing. Here we go. So, he said, so take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them, and throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. In this case, he literally threw the servant into hell. That's how serious God is about not watering the foolishness, the foolish people. No, you give it to the best of the best and you let that grow. That's the thing in business. You just can't, you keep getting in your mind like, I'll put an equal amount of, trust me when I say you get an equal amount of effort into all the avenues and areas. And then you're just like, I am working my butt off here. And it's because I didn't identify, I'd done this, right? I did identify the things that were making the gigs, right? Making me get the clients. Now, don't get me wrong, there are so many categories about making my whole entire business work. But to identify the Pareto thing, what is happening? What are the avenues that are really making the sale? If I can tap into that, then I've got something going. And I can continue this without like a residual. My efforts from the past will just work for me, and it'll be a residual thing. And now I can go off a reputation alone without having to work so hard. The same goes with the child, right? And you sit back and you go, my God, we have dumped the most incredible amount of money into the kid who's going nowhere. versus the kid who's going everywhere. Slap yourself in the face, punch yourself in the stomach. You deserve it. Back to my song, Except for You. Here, push the button here. So God is talking first person. Don't say we're through just because you feel that way. It's not from you. I had a debt to pay. Everyone knows my name except for you. I could say it's all the same except for you. You're almost there. I need you for something good. It's not about you. I just want you here with me. You gotta watch Wednesday. You gotta watch Monday. Amazing, 2 amazing shows. So proud of them. Will you give me the lead? Make me everything. Trust in your heart and acknowledge me. In general, it's time we start making Jesus everything. We got to make him everything. We got to say his name. We got to speak his name. And then we get into his word and we grow. There's so many discipleship tips that we could talk about. But as you know, I'm into the bigger picture here. You know, I feel like I have a lane. And the lane is with these songs. I mean, the songs, like I said, I'm only on 29 unveiling. And really, for me, the first time I've gotten into them like this. I mean, I've written the song, of course, and the music and all the melody and all that. But for me to actually kind of dig in on a Monday and a Wednesday and a Friday, and to dig in for myself and to see, gosh, Mark, you are really concerned. You are really bothered by this mechanism, this church mechanism thing that does not work. It is broken. It doesn't even tick. It doesn't tick. It's not tick, tock, and tick. No. It is broken to a degree that I start asking questions with my songs. Asking questions to the point where I'm finally just like, I've come to a couple conclusions. Because you whittle your way down and you whittle and you dig, and that's what we've been doing here on this show, over 100 shows now. And you whittle and you whittle and you dig and you excavate and you ask the question, does that make sense? And then you let it simmer. A week goes by and then you let it simmer and more things and you're like testing the water, testing the question. Is that the right question? Am I saying the right thing? This is what we don't do as laymen. So no one is blaming, right? I'm just pointing it out and I'm waiting for the layman. There's only one way to save us, and it's the layman of the church. That's right, you. They aren't going to give up power. If your mortgage resides on you keeping your lips zipped, just this little thing right here, just this little nuanced thing. It's not little, but it's this little nuanced thing called money. Money in your pocket in exchange for salvation and discipleship. That you wouldn't go to another church down the road if you stopped getting paid. Of course you would. And I have to say that to myself too. If I was a pastor, maybe. What if I came to this revelation halfway through my ministry? And I've got kids in high school, maybe like private schools. I got, you know what I'm saying? And they're about to go to college. I got 1 or 2 in college. And in the middle of my ministry, all of a sudden, God reveals to me that there should be no money at all in exchange for me. Something hit me this afternoon. Something hit me. And it's the song that I sing. And it's the Lord's Prayer that Jesus spoke. On earth, as it is in heaven. And what really just hit me, just kept, wait a second. I love that. I've got a song. All to thee, right? All to thee. I'll be singing it Sunday, of course. I sang it I think on Wednesday. All to thee. On the earth, as it is in heaven. Wait a second. I just kept saying that. On the earth, as it is in heaven. Wait just a second. Let's just stop. On the earth, as it is in heaven. Is God going to charge me for a song in heaven? Is God Jesus, Holy Spirit, are they going to charge me for a book about salvation or discipleship in heaven? Are they going to charge me for a seminar? Are they going to charge me for an event? Are they going to charge me for a big get-together with a bunch of men for a men's conference? Are they going to charge me when I get there? The answer is so obviously no. On earth, as it is in heaven. You can say it just kind of hit me, right? You could say all of the explanations and the jibber jabber and the blabber jabber of your nonsensical things that you want to say and that I want to say. At the end of the day, on earth, as it is in heaven. Is this what God's doing in heaven? Charging people in exchange? Charging you? Or is he using people like Mark, who figured it out right before the show started, that this whole entire daggum thing, this whole thing is donations, just like Jesus came and donated everything. He was donating everything. Last week I talked about, it just revealed to me right there as I was reading the scripture, when Peter said, but Jesus, Peter said, Peter, for those Catholics out there, just so you know, Peter, the rock. Peter said, but Jesus, we've left everything to follow you. He was saying, what are we going to get? Right? What are we going to get for this? We've left everything. What are we going to get for this? He didn't say, but Jesus, what about all the money you've been collecting from the cities? Are you not going to share that with us? No. The inference, friends. The inference. Never in Scripture is it inferred that they're going to split the take. Never. It's not there. If it is, somebody hit me up. The inference is not there. The inference that we're supposed to trade money for salvation, barter money for salvation or disciple, barter. How about food to eat, clothes to wear, shelter? Was there ever an exchange for salvation or discipleship? The answer is no on the no to the no to the no. It never happened. And so, therefore, we have to get in line. Let's see if we got a comment here. I am sorry at this exact moment because I am having trouble reading it. It's so far away from me, but I will read that and respond ASAP. Okay. Thank you for replying, someone. My television is just a little bit too far away, and I'm going to have to get my binoculars. Maybe I need to get a set of binoculars here, the way I've got this set up in here. So I just love talking about the Bible verses for the things that are supposed to be important here. And I just want to thank God for the reading of the Word tonight. And just maybe we'll just chisel away at the understanding. All it takes is one person, right? One person hears the truth about something so big, something you've been gaslit on so badly and so poorly. And you hear the truth, and it's the biggest truth, maybe like the money thing, right? If we stopped, by the way, the religion business, if we stopped this exchange for money, right, for salvation and discipleship, but the religion business, their entire paid for booth at the Southern Baptist Convention said $53 billion annually stolen by church staff. Hello? Hold on. Is this thing working? $53 billion annually stolen by church staff. Wow. These are the numbers. This is what I'm really excited about, because I started this show and then all of a sudden these guys came out of nowhere and I'm like, man, we're thinking the same thing. But I don't think that they've dug as far as deep as I have, because their idea is to try to work and try to do these strange connection points instead of just saying some truths and saying, let's get a revival going here. I really don't understand. I think that it's a money. Can believe it or not? Hey, can you believe it? It's a money. It's still a money situation where there's somebody else. It's like grifters, right? Grifters. This is what they do. I could make some money if I expose the church. Well, that's not happening here, right? All my songs are here for free. Free downloads, MWDHQ.com. Forever free. Songs that could give me a record contract, put me on the label, send me off to do Christian concerts from coast to coast. Nope, not going to do that. Not that I wouldn't want to do that. That's not true. I would want to do it. I would do it for free. But then I think I would have a problem with the people above me making money off selling tickets. So that's the trick. That's the rub. So we have people that just will not see the light no matter what you say. And that's okay. But I'm going to say it anyway, because God put it in my heart. Except for you. So God's first person on this song, and he wants to tell you something. He wants to say, hey, buddy. Hey, young lady. Everyone knows my name except for you, but you know what? Yeah, I could say it's all the same, except for you. I want you. I want you. Please come back. I could say it's all the same, except for you. So please say my name. Say my name, Jesus says. That's right. Here's the OG who sang that one, okay? Or said that one. All right, it's time for a 5-song concert. And you know what happens at the 5-song concert, don't ya? At the 5-song concert, we go back a few songs, okay? We go back 5 songs, and I get to sing the last 5 songs that I have just released. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and ooh, yeah, we get to start with Pick Me Up, Lord. So I am going to put this back on this, and we're going to go to Pick Me Up, Lord. And I am going to read this comment. I'm going to get closer to the picture here, and I'm going to read this comment. We're going back to number 24. And I'm going to take my headset off and be right back. All right. I like that. John 6, 52 through 53. That's good. I have not looked that up, but the commenter, thank you, sir, is commenting a Bible verse, and we like that because Jesus is saying something about except ye eat. Except ye eat. Except you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you shall not have life in you. Ooh. It's one of those things where there's several of those in the Bible, right? There's several of those in the Bible where Jesus is like, ultimatum time. Never any discussion about money in exchange for all this work I'm going to fix to do, right? I think we're ready. So we're going to do Pick Me Up, Lord. Let's have some fun tonight, all right? Pick me up, Lord. Pick me up. 5-song concert. Here we go. Ooh, let me push this. No, we're out. Okay, that's fine. Anybody got a whistle out there? Pick me up, Lord. I got my thumb out for you to pick me up, lift me up. I got my thumb out for you to take me there, way beyond compare. And I can see your light is shining, shining down all over me. Pick me up, Lord. I got my thumb out. I'm gonna wave you down to the ground. I got my thumb out. I need a long ride high above the sky, and I can feel your love is lifting. It's lifting me so closer, yeah, from me to you. Yeah, pick me up, Lord. And you say that you wanna be closer and closer to me. Well, maybe all I need is you and me. I'm praying I will be the one. Yeah. Oh, let me be the one. Oh, let me be the one. Oh, pick me up, Lord. 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 Okay, reconciliation, one down. Very good. Reconciliation. This is song number 25. Let's see it. Let's hit it. Reconciliation. The reconciliation of the heart with the maker of the stars did not come easy. The God of the universe had compassion on the hopeless human race, then redemption took its place, and he gave his only son to die for us, for you and me, so that freedom we could see. And he'd have given it all again. Died for you and me, set the prisoners free, so that we might know the one thing that saves us from our sin, wants us to live with him, the reconciliation of the Son with the Father of the love, made freedom easy. The God of the universe gave us freedom, fact and fiction to explore, and the Spirit to implore. And he gave his only Son to die for us. He left his home so that freedom we could know, and he'd have given it all again. Died for you and me, set the prisoners free, so that we might know the one thing that saves us from our sin, wants us to live with him. Why did he love this heart of stone when he reconciled with me? He must have loved more than I know, 'cause he's given everything. And he gave his only Son to die for us. I call him King, and forever I will sing. Yeah, and he'd have given it all again. Died for you and me, set the prisoners free, so that we might know the one thing that saves us from our sin, wants us to live with him. He'd have given it all, yes, he'd have given it all again. He'd have died for you and me, he'd have set the prisoners free, so that we might know the one thing that saves us from our sin, wants us to live with him. Adonai, Adonai, will you look into my eyes and wash it away, wash it away, Adonai, and take the sin from my life, wash it away, wash it away. Save me from me. That's what I want to pray sometimes when I can't pull it together on my own. I'm not afraid, I just want to serve you, Lord, but I can't pull it together on my own. Yeah, you may let this baby cry, but you hear me every time. Adonai, will you look into my eyes and wash it away, wash it away, Adonai, and take the sin from my life and wash it away, wash it away. Oh yes, I'm a sinner, prideful and bitter. I need help for gluttony, lust, and self-control. Wake me when it's over, when I'm sober. Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. I need you more, but all I ever do is take, and I can't pull it together on my own. I self-indulge, distraction from your promises. I still can't put it together on my own. Yeah, you keep calling faithfully, and I hear you every time. Adonai, will you look into my eyes and wash it away, wash it away. Adonai, take the sin from my life and wash it away, wash it away. All right, friends, you get to hear Christmas time is here again. I meant to show y'all this. Let me pull this back up. Hang on. I got to show you my bells. I was going to show you my bells. This is my first episode of showing my bells. I'm kicking these things, okay? So I realized after playing it the very first time that I was over kicking. Today, I will try not to overkick and maybe just give it one or two, right? Christmas time is here. Yes, it's number 27 in my collection of Songs About God, Volume 5. So yes, it's in the repertoire. Here we go. Christmas has come, time to celebrate the day when Christ was born. Christmas has come, in our hearts we recognize our world and family. And the drummer boy plays his drum. The mariachi band sings their song. Can you hear the bells ring around the world? Christmas time is here, bringing laughter, hope, love and cheer. Christmas has come, toys for all the boys and girls. Santa loves the children. Christmas has come, we open up our hearts to the poor and needy. We give with joyful hymn, and a drummer boy plays his drum. Ba-rum-bum-bum, the mariachi band sings their song. Hey, hey, can you hear the bells ring around the world? Yeah, Christmas time is here. Christmas time, Christmas time, Christmas has come. Time to meditate and pray for peace and understanding. Christmas has come. In every corner of the world, holding hands, we shout our blessings, and a drummer boy plays his drum. Bum-bum-bum, the mariachi band sings their song. Hey, hey, can you hear the bells ring around the world? Christmas time is here. Christmas time, and a drummer boy, he plays his drum. Bum-bum-bum, the mariachi band, they sing their song. Hey, hey, can you hear the bells? Oh, they ring around the world. Christmas time is here, bringing laughter, hope, love, and cheer. Laughter, hope, love, and cheer. Laughter, hope, love, and cheer. We got through it, everything. Song of the week last week, everything. You're my God and my King. You're quite simply my everything. I love you, you love me. You're my Father and everything. Hey, my everything. Hey, you're my everything. Hey, you're my everything. Hey, you are my everything. You're my song, to you I sing. I give praises to my everything. Take these words, let them ring from all your people. You're everything, hey, my everything, hey, you're my everything, hey, my everything, hey, you are my everything. You, he, she, to totally not be weak, but coddle free in your heart would spring a leak without all and everything. Hey, everything. Hey, you're my everything. Hey, my everything. Hey, you are my everything. And we stop before we get to the song of the week. All right, super. All right, let's finish this out on a Friday night. Are you ready for the good crescendo here? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me as I have introed everything here. I've got to find out I want to learn more about this show. I bet you might. First, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the show so I can show up on top of your newsfeed as I unleash my 120 songs for it's a 3-year project, but we're already halfway through the first year. So 2.5 years left of my 120 song releases. So please go down and go to the website, MWDHQ.com, download your free demos of each song of the week, and email me from the Connect page. Subscribe, like I said, and turn on notifications. Join me as I prep you for church and explore the significant meanings of salvation and discipleship. Become a Christian, begin to walk the talk. Strengthen your walk with God, get inspired by what I'm saying. Pass it on as you begin to challenge your friends and family with your words and your actions. Become a better husband, wife, son, daughter, father, mother, granddad, grandmother, neighbor, friend, leader, and follower. I have a question for you tonight. I've got 2. What is the thing that God has called you to do, both regarding your life's purpose and this very day? Have you retired from having a life's purpose? When I say life's purpose, I don't mean your life's purpose. I mean God's life's purpose for you. What's that specific thing God has called you to do, both regarding your life's purpose and this very day? Number 2, have you passed it forward by challenging and encouraging someone today? On Monday show, I offered statements you could share with someone. Wednesday, I offered questions to ask yourself. Today, I offered declarative statements that could empower your thoughts and motivation as to fulfill God's calling in your life. Let's all, so this means we just all say it. Let's all say them. We can all do them, right? We don't have to be a specific person who needs something. These are just empowerment statements. Here we go. I can be content through plenty and hunger through Christ who gives me strength. God is calling me to help others. I will obey. I will take time to pray away from all the distractions. I will open my heart. I will be open and humble to constructive criticism, understanding this conviction might be coming from the Holy Spirit in hopes that I can be a better vessel as I work out God's plan for me. I will admit my wrongs to my fellow man before I'm confronted. I will amend my wrongs to the best of my abilities with an immediate desire. Again, these are great statements for all of us to say. I will hold my tongue from heaving unnecessary nonsense, hurt, and gossip. Today, I forgive myself so that I can move forward with God's plan for me. Today, I accept myself for who I am, loving who God made me, every facet, the real me, and I pledge to take care of this holy temple. God loves me. God is patiently waiting for me. God has a life purpose for me. God has a daily purpose for me. Ladies and gentlemen, prep family, I will see you a week from Monday. I'm taking next week off. It is part of the business thing, a kind of unplanned thing, but we sold our shop in Aiken, and I'm going down for some training and lots of business next week. There's no way I could possibly do it. I'll be out of town. So I will see you a week Monday. That is the plan. And so, But this Sunday, don't forget about this Sunday. I'm going to be releasing my 15th song on Sunday morning. 8 a.m. will be Except for You. I will sing that for you. So be sure to tune in and set your clocks. Set your alarm for 7:55. Wake up and start watching the show, the Sunday Morning Jam. All right. I want to say thank you for watching and thank you for the comment, and to God be the glory.